11 dead so far following days of torrential rain in northeast region. The deaths occurred in Janga in the West Mamprushi municipality, Tamboku in the East Mamprushi municipality, Najong number 1 in the Nakbanduri district, and Kunufo in the Cherepone district. 3 of the deceased were struck by lightning. One when the boat he was using to cross the White Volta capsized, while 2 were swept away when they tried to cross a river during a downpour. 3 others got drowned in the stream while swimming. The regional director of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, Mr. John Kweku Al-Hassan, who confirmed the deaths, said 16 communities in the Mampurugu Moaduri district had also been cut off from the regional capital, Nalerigu. Many people, the NADMO officer said, were unable to access certain social services. This afternoon, NADMO is launching Regional Disaster Management Committee. All right, let's speak to our Northeast regional correspondent who joins me via Zoom, Ilyasu Tanku. Good afternoon to you, Ilyasu. This is a dire-sounding situation, but NADMO is launching a committee. What exactly is the purpose and point of this committee?
Well, the committee is launched to coordinate disaster issues in the region. It has just been launched by the Deputy Director General of NADMO, Abu Ramadan himself, and that occasion has just come to an end. And so we now have a regional disaster management committee in the Northeast region, and it comes at the back of the torrential rains that continue to pound the region for weeks now. And as you said, about 11 people are dead so far. And the NADMO themselves, the National Response Team, are currently camped in Waliwali. As I speak to you right now, the NADMO team have visited the zip line service in Waliwali, and their mission is to ensure that medical supplies and other public services are able to reach some 16 communities that have been cut off right now in the Mampurugu Moaduri district and other parts of the region. The NADMO is also currently in communities along the waterways of the White Volta River, trying to help the residents to evacuate to higher grounds. We continue to experience more rains as the days go by, and it's really a very difficult situation right now for the National Disaster Management Organization. So as I speak to you right now, the committee has been inaugurated, and they are expected to go into work at once to ensure that disaster issues are coordinated and to ensure that responses to disaster issues are attended to.
Homes and property, those whose houses have been submerged, what's their current situation? Where are they being housed? What are their needs? And how is NADMO handling them?
Well, I just had an interview with the DC for the Mampurugu Moaduri district, Mohamed Abu Adams, and he said that those communities still remain inaccessible. They are not able to go in there to see what is happening to the residents trapped in those communities. And so it's still unclear what authorities are doing. However, the NADMO director have also said that they have managed to reach some of these communities, and they have been able to make some assessments as well. And so they are putting together relief items, and they are also monitoring the situation. He says they are not really in bad situation, but there are others that have not been able to the others that the NADMO officials or authorities have not been able to reach. So these people, we don't know their state now. But the NADMO says those communities that have been able to be assessed, they know that the situation is not that dire, and they are hoping that the rain will stop going forward, or possibly we will not have the Bagre Dam speed.
Forgive me, Ilyasu, but it sounded like you were saying that possibly the Bagre Dam will not be spilled. Is that right?
Right. And so that they can take control in the Mampurgu Mud. Many of them currently remain.
Right. We're working to re-establish our connection with Ilyasu Tanku there.
Yes, Koja, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. I was asking, it sounded like you said that the authorities are saying that perhaps the Bagre Dam will not be spilled. Is that correct?
Well, that's their hope, really. And because according to them, the dam was expected to be still somewhere last week. That didn't happen. And so they are hoping, that's their hope though, they are hoping that we will not have the spillage. And the reason is because of the damage that has already been caused by the torrential rains. This is just a hope, a wishful thinking, of course, by the disaster management authorities in the region. But they are also saying that they are ready. They are also saying that they are ready for any eventuality.
Right. That's actually interesting because my understanding is that there is a committee of Ghanaian and Burkinabe officials who are in constant contact with each other when it comes to the Bagre Dam spillage. So we ought to know by now whether or not it will be spilled. It sounds as if we are guessing. Anyway, let's stick with the situation where you are. So at the moment, for those who NADMO has been able to reach, for those who have lost their home and property, what has been the arrangement in terms of resettlement? Has there been a need to resettle any of them?
Well, that arrangement, NADMO is here to clarify that particular arrangement. And like I said, most of the communities remain inaccessible. The DCE said they are not able to reach much of the communities that have been cut off. But the NADMO officials are also saying that they have been able to reach some of the communities. And these communities that I say that NADMO officials are saying that the situation in those communities are not that dire. But like I said, there are others that have not been able to be reached, some of the communities that have not been able to access. So as I speak to you now, we don't know the state of those people in these communities. Could you?
Right. Ilyasu, thank you very much for that update. And that's our Northeast Regional correspondent, Ilyasu Tanku.